welcome to Monday. It's another new week. Now, last week I got very behind because I worked on the Monday. I haven't checked my messages to see if they're going to call me in, so whatever. But even if I get called into work, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I need to do my YouTube stuff because we're behind now. So I got a lot of videos made last week. I just haven't posted them. And I haven't posted my weekly vlog. So I just need to watch that through once. The weekly vlog from last week. And then that's going straight up today on the Monday. I don't want to put heaps of videos up on one day. So we're going to do that. And then I, at the moment, am just weaving in ends. It's all finished. The video is also finished, so that just needs like the glamour photos. I'm just going to go outside and do like a, roll it, weave in the ends, do the glamour photos, just talk about the border because I changed my mind again on that. So we'll just film that, add that on, upload for Tuesday. Then I'm going to show you what I made because this video will go out. Look what I made. It's a labubu. These are creepy cute. I love them. And so I don't know about the teeth. I think I would like to do felt teeth as well. I glued these on. I put so much nail glue, like super glue. And they're finally stuck on. They weren't sticking at the time, but I think it just needs time to set. And then I used the Cricut to make this part. She's got a little pink nose, and some people are like blinging up their labubus, so we did a pink tooth as well. So yeah, it's cute. I used acrylic yarn for the face because there is the perfect skin color almond, but we will do some different labubus. I think come in all different skin tones. So after we finish doing some fun stuff with this skin tone, we'll do other ones. And I've just got to put her blush on. So super cute. Really easy. I'll include the pattern in this video as well as, well, that's the other thing. I've got to do the description for last week's vlog. So I just got to watch it through to see if I need any links to put in. I was just looking at the dogs. So yeah, it's so cute. So this is for Lucy. And then, so I'm actually today, after I put up all the videos I already have, so I did another video on my nails, which are already off. So that's the 3 videos for this week. They're already done. We just got to get them watched through and uploaded, and all the links in description. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm going to film a pattern review video for this. So hopefully I can get all that done today. I'm maybe not. I think we should get all the videos uploaded, and I'm just watching it while I'm putting the ends in, and then we'll go film those last little bits. And then so we'll do the pattern review video for the labubu because they're really popular at the moment. I've got to get the website up because I think I could possibly sell them, but that one's for Lucy. And then I got a bag of body parts. So this purple one's going to be for Charlie. And then they had in stock, finally, my favorite Abbey Road because I'm happy rainbow yarn, which I have paired up with a thinner chenille, which is the velveteen that we get in Australia. And it seems to have come out the right size. So I've got like a little rainbow labubu body parts. So I'm going to do like a market prep on the labubus. Here's the little face. The little hoodie. And the ears. So yeah, turned out super cute. So, but when I, crinkle. When I do the pattern review video, I want to show how I've changed some of the construction when I made it, which was just a personal preference. But love the pattern. You'll see that in the review. Maybe I'll put the review up for Friday and I'll do the nails for next week. But yeah, this week I want to film a few pattern reviews and we can put them up every single Monday. I'll probably put, hopefully if I get the labubu pattern review up this week, I'll put it on Premiere because that seems to go well to get more of an audience coming to watch. And yes, also today, Lucy's teacher messaged me and she said that she's getting an award. So I have said in the past, I said in last week's vlog that I have to go early on Monday or Tuesday because they have assembly and all the parents want to get photos. So I will get there early and I'll go to that because when I was working, I couldn't go to the awards. And Lucy's always like, you don't even need to go. Some parents are working, which is true. But I'll go because that'll be special and hopefully we'll get a photo together. And if we do, I will insert. So there's that. So my partner finally went to work today. I've been waiting for him to go to work so that I can just be comfortable and film. It's just like, you know, if somebody's home, you just think, oh, are they listening? Which it doesn't matter. I mean, he's got my YouTube. He can watch my videos. Or are they going to walk in on me? Or do they want? I don't know. So, been waiting for him. He's finally going to work today. He had to ring up all the people that he's ghosted and arrange to go to work. He was sick last week. Like, after he went to his concert, he had a really sore neck. So that's why he spent the week in bed. And then once he sort of gets into that routine, he just won't want to get back into the normal routine. So finally feeling better, even though he's got a cold now, and rang all the people and everyone sort of told him to piss off a bit, or it was like, well, you can't come today, you know, because you haven't organized anything. So he sort of booked them in for the week. But this is what I mean. He goes to people and then they'll forgive him because he's really good at what he does. And so he's just gone to do a quote and he's like, oh, I'll probably be back soon. So I thought I'll quickly film this comfortably, watch the stuff through, and then he'll be back. And if he's back in time, he can come with me to the school and get photos with Lucy for her award. I did forget to update you on the meeting that I had with Charlie's teacher. So with Charlie, she just wasn't doing her work. I don't think I updated you. She just wasn't really doing her work because she has autism and she's in like an inclusion program. Like, she sort of knows that. She calls it being born weird, like just that she's a little bit different in some way. She does know that. We don't label it as autism. She just labeled it as being born weird. And I do often talk about her having autism, like, around her, so I think she knows. I don't know if she knows what that means, but she hasn't really brought up any questions. She just knows she's a little bit different in some ways. But she's really smart. She has a photographic memory. She knows how to communicate with other children because of all the early intervention we did. Other kids love her. They love to be around her. Like, she's pretty okay with her socializing. And I have found that even working in childcare, like, the children who do receive early intervention are sometimes even better with their social skills because you've specifically taught them than the children who aren't having any intervention, or they may be typically developing, but nobody's actually teaching them the social skills. But we do work a lot in our classroom, in our kindergarten classroom specifically, and I've worked with the teachers, like, how do you specifically teach this to children? So we do a lot of like modeling and all that kind of thing. So yeah, Charlie's great that way, but then she knows she's different and she's really smart. So to get out of doing work, she'll pretend she's dumb. So she'll pretend that she can't do the work, or perhaps if she doesn't quite understand, she'll really play on it. So they were giving her work and really scaffolding and helping her to do it. And then she'd just sit there and be like, oh, it's too hard. I don't know how to do it, you know. And so I said to her, because they do a lot of their work on the iPad, I said to her, look, and I talked with her teacher. I was like, I think she can do these tasks. I'm not sure about those tasks. So she sight reads, and I don't know how well she comprehends what she's reading. But I've been reading to the girls every single night. They had a challenge where the premiere of Queensland sent home a little thing to get either the children to read 20 books or you read 20 books to them. And so it's really good for parents. It gets them reading to their children and teaching them again and all that sort of thing. So it did get us into a new routine that I read books to them at bedtime. We finished their 20 books that they chose, and now I'm reading them a book from my childhood. I'll put a little photo up. It's called Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nymph, and I read it when I was in about grade 5, and I remember I just loved this story. It was so cool. But actually, so I read a chapter every night, but it's a little dark actually. It's okay, like it is for children. I read it when I was in grade 5, so not even young adult. It is like children, you know, 12 years old, 10 years old. Charlie's 8, Lucy's 7. So it's all good. Lucy loves it because she falls asleep straight away. Charlie, it's a bit relaxing for her. But because it's a picture book, like not a picture book, sorry, it's a chapter book, and they're having to imagine it as I read it because they're laying in bed and I'm reading it to them. I'm thinking that that's helping with Charlie's comprehension, and I think she can comprehend when she hears things. So yeah, so I said to the teacher, I'm pretty sure that's all good. So I said to Charlie, if you're not going to do work at school, I will do it with you at home. And we went through the math questions, and I sort of just went through her, like she was being real lazy with, she knew how to do it, but then she was like just being a bit lazy with just not doing it properly. So I was like, I just showed her the standard that it should be. Like the teacher needs to be able to read your work. You need to put the letters like small enough that they fit in the space that they're supposed to go, all that sort of stuff. And then we talked about like what was your favorite part of the activity, what was your least favorite part, all that sort of thing. And I just communicated that back to the teacher, so the teacher sort of knows like at what standard is she able to do it. But I said I also understand you've got a heap of other children. But even when they had like an inclusion teacher one-on-one with Charlie, she wouldn't do the work. And I, like, you've sort of got to follow through and say, you need to do this. We're not moving on until it's done, for her to say, okay, they're serious. If they say, I need to do my work, then I need to do my work. And so I said it sort of took us like 2 hours to do the work, but she could have done it within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, the normal time frame. And so I sort of, you know, made it clear we're not giving up until it is done. But her reward, she does get a reward. She's really good with rewards. So she needed some new headphones, and that's her reward. And so her teacher said that she's doing much better, participating, you know, like she wasn't putting her iPad away. She was playing on it. And the teachers aren't allowed to take the iPad from them, so there's no consequences that the teacher can give. So I just reminded her every day, make sure you put the iPad away and then you're sitting on the mat with the other children, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. So all good with Charlie. Lucy's getting an award. Very exciting. Charlie has got awards as well. So got her on the straight and narrow. So that was all sweet. But that really was just communication. Like I said, as soon as Charlie knows that you're telling me what's going on, she'll straighten up. Don't worry. So yeah, it's a great school. So yep. So I'm gonna watch through those videos. Let's get started on that. Let's get some stuff uploaded, and then I'll meet back with you soon. Okay, it is nearly 11:30, so it's been about an hour. I've got the vlog uploaded, and look what I'm working on. It's the horsey. I just felt like doing it today, so let's get it done. So Baccarat has like a really big white bit on his face, and so I just I figured it out. Like the increases are even, so it's 6 increases. So I just got to the 3rd one, and I looked at my other horse for reference as to where, like when it's stuffed, where there's, because the eyes will go here, and that's sort of where his white bit starts. So we're just going to do on this row like another 2 white, and then we start in the decreases. So it's not going to take very long at all. I am just going to whip outside and film the unveiling of the neon stripes, well, neon blanket, and then I can watch that edit through while I continue on the horse. Okay, I just changed my shirt and I filmed the little reveal of the blanket and I love it. It's so beautiful. I have a cute photo of Charlie in the blanket yesterday. So she's claimed it and she was cuddling with Sizzle yesterday under the blanket. So I'll pop that in here. Of course, the dogs are on the couch and they had to come outside as well. Ugh. And so I'll pop that little clip in here because I think it turned out really good. So I'll pop that at the end of the video. If you want to see me making that blanket, go check out the video. I will leave the link in the description of this video. So I'll watch that through now before I upload it, and I will continue on the horse. Happy Tuesday. I've got my beautiful blanket here. We got the video uploaded and I got a really nice comment as well. Just I haven't got it in front of me so I can't say the name, but I'll put a little screenshot. But just somebody saying that they love the colors and they have the same colorway, so they feel inspired to make something with their yarn. So yay, which is with my makes and that, I want to inspire people to make stuff. And also with like pattern reviews, like help people to make an informed decision on whether they'd like to buy the pattern, what it's going to be like. I love to research stuff to death sometimes before I buy things. So, you know, I'm into informative updates. Here's my, still attached. Here's my horsey head. Got his eyeballs in. I don't know if I showed you this already yesterday. Yes, Sizzle? Yeah, so the head's nearly finished. I've just got to stuff it and do like one more round. So that's good news. We've still got to watch through the nail video. So I'll finish the horse as I watch through the nail video. But this morning, I'm going to go out and mow the lawn. And then that way we can go to Bunnings tomorrow. We popped into Bunnings last night because I need to get cat food, dog food. And they have it in bulk and it's really cheap. If you can hear that crying, it's Sizzle. Wants pats. Hey, you want a pat? Yours or yours? Okay. And, yeah, I'm patting you. There's no food. No, you could go to the kitchen. I'm not feeding you. Off she goes. She's always trying to get me to go to the kitchen. I'll show you. Watch this. Look at her. She's so excited. She's already had her breakfast. Kitchen. I'm not feeding you. There is no food for you. We better fill up the water bowl though. Here you go. Fresh water. No food. No. Let's go back to the bedroom. Alright, she'll stop crying now because I told her we went to the kitchen, which she asked for, and there's no food. So speaking of Bunnings, while we were there, they had those pet buttons where you can teach your dog or cat how to speak. And I was thinking about getting them because I know how to teach that, because when we taught Charlie how to speak, it's actually the same training as what you do for dogs. So, you know, with dogs, you give them treats. And for children with autism, there was like all this, well, the way they teach them is for animals that were nonverbal, to get animals to communicate. And so they just adapted it to humans that were nonverbal. And so with Charlie, it was called the Picture Exchange Communication System. And so, you know, you learn language when you understand what the language is, and an easy way is with pictures. So with the dog and cat buttons, you put pictures on there as well, and your animal learns the colors and the picture on the button, and the button says the thing that they want. So they press a button, and if it says outside, you open the door. Same, if the child gives you a picture, you exchange it for the thing that is on the picture, and that brings meaning to words, and then hopefully they'll start saying the words. Now, with dogs, they're not able to actually say the word. They can bark and stuff to get your attention. So she was like crying to get my attention, and then she leads me into the kitchen, looks back, are you coming? She looks excited, she's wagging her tail, you know, all that sort of stuff. But I was thinking, because I said to my partner, I know how to teach her, so I could teach them. But she would want the button for food, and she'd probably be on it non-stop. So I don't know if it's a good idea to give her a button for food. There was another cat on the internet. Oh, he's on TikTok, and he communicates a lot. Like because it's a cat, he makes them go to bed, or he'll sit at the TV, and if they're not putting on his show on the TV, he'll unplug it and all sorts of things. If I can find a link, I'll give you the name. It's really funny. And then in the comments, somebody said, oh, why don't you give him buttons? And they were like, well, he can already communicate. We don't want him to, like, communicate more, because, like, you could get obsessive with, you know, I want blah, 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 you know. But anyway, so yes, we may or may not get the buttons. But yeah, we got the cat and dog food. And in the plant section, they had all the winter flowers. They had some beautiful peachy color. I'm really into orange and pink. Love these colorways. So they had like an orange and pink, not a poppy, a pansy. And so that looks beautiful. But I thought delivery date is today, Tuesday. And if we go early tomorrow morning, there'll be a heap of stuff there. Like, it'll be unpacked, because as I've said last week or the week before, they don't unpack it straight away. So if I go there in the morning today, it won't be unpacked. But to prepare for said seedlings, we should mow the lawn. So I'm going to tidy up our little patio. So I pulled out all that grass last week or the week before. And now she's snooting around. And I just put it on the patio to dry out so it would die. And then I'm going to put that on another garden bed that I've got. Oh my gosh. Look at her. She's going to roll around now. And then I will blow, and then I'm going to put my grass clippings onto that slab. And because you can't put green grass clippings straight onto the garden. So hopefully that'll dry out sort of. I'll spread it out a little bit. That should dry out overnight, and tomorrow we can garden. So that should take 1 hour. So I'm going to go quickly whiz through the back and the front garden. I'm just going to do a little before and after for you. And then we've got to come back in here and clean up my desk. Have a look at the desk. Like, the room itself is not too bad, but look at the desk. The couch is clear. Yay! And I've used some of the yarn in here, and I've still got like stuff sitting down, so I might just pack that in, just a little general tidy up, and then we'll get back to creating and film. Then we can film the video about the crow boo boo. Okay, here's all the stuff I pulled out. Might see if we can get a little bit more out, because it's been raining. We've got to get all that cleared. We're going to mow here. Got to tidy up my little water factory. Wasn't able to collect any water. It didn't rain heavy enough. And here's a little update on the garden. The sugarloaf cabbage are growing amazing. Oh, and the purple snow peas, because these are home safe seed. Oh, look at these beautiful gerbras. These guys are growing like crazy. And we've got strawberries in the tunnel. So they're going good too. Okay, so I decided just to do the backyard. So I tidied up those weeds a little bit. I mowed that little patch of lawn. I spread it out on the concrete to dry, like for the lawn clippings to dry, and then I can put them on the garden. Come on. And so I decided just to do the backyard because in the front yard I've got to pick up all these little nuts. So we might do that this afternoon with the girls, and then I can mow it tomorrow when we come back from Bunnings. Yeah, so I got a lot of that grass out, and then I was able to just mow over a tuft of grass that I had difficulty getting out. And so then I had a shower, washed my hair. I'm going to quickly eat some pizza, and then we'll clean up the desk. First things first, pop all the doggies up on the couch. They love to be with me. And then I just get started piece by piece. So the first thing we're going to do is get that acrylic yarn onto the shelf. And then tidy up my background because I'll film in front of here for my labubu pattern review. But I don't really want that pink pillow in the way on the couch. I just want to see the blanket. And I just tidied up the shelf with the velveteen yarns. And I brought forward all my variegated yarns that had pushed through to the back a little bit. Now it's time to do the table. That was rubbish. Put any yarn back on the shelf where I can. I'm still using it, but I can always get it back out. It's pretty easily, you know, well organized. I tidied up my shelf a little bit so that I can get these silicone beads in front of my other pony beads. And so I haven't put anything in this red tray yet, so I sorted out all the hexagonal beads into here. And spoiler alert, I didn't fit them all in, so I will have to get another container, but at least we've got some of them sorted and put away. So all that can go up on the shelf in front of the pony beads. Oh, then I found my bag full of bags. This is cotton yarns that I've been meaning to put away since I did my crabbies. So I couldn't fit a lot on the shelf, but I just fit in what I could do. And then I put the rest of the tray on the shelf. But at least that little cubby hole is nice and full. It's mostly just whites. Here is our leftover parrot, and everything was stuck to my, what do you call those, lint rollers? So I just popped that in the bag with the rest of the mill ends, and we might still be able to do a hexagonal, hexagranny cardie. I have a few small bits of yarn on my desk. So the balls I put into a container that I'm using for my frog pixel blanket. And then any tiny pieces, I do keep them if they're long enough that I could do some embroidery with them. So there's a few little pieces that I kept and put into a little baggie. The doggies are all settled on the couch. They're so cute. So yeah, I just brought over my mini trash box and I was putting a few things in there. I had finished with the grey and the white blanket yarn, so I was trying to shove that on the shelf. I used my lint roller to roll my desk as well because there was just a little bit of dog hair there. And now I've made some room getting all that yarn off my desk. I put all my tools to the very right hand side so they're in reach. I rolled up any little balls and put them into that container. And I keep all my yarn labels just to see, like, out of curiosity, how much yarn I've used. I did do a video once and it only got 3 views, but maybe I'll do like a yearly one and we'll see how much yarn I went through. But I do use a lot of mill ends, so it's not really indicative of what I actually use. So I have a bag full of small bags and I've got a bag full of large bags. And so that bag is the small bags. So I'm going to leave my labubu on the desk and I'm going to leave the ponies on the desk because I'm working on those while I'm looking, watching my videos back. But I'm just getting them out of the way here. I'm throwing behind me any full skeins up onto the couch and I will put them on the shelf. This is a bit of black yarn buff. I keep that too. I'm just going to roll it up into a ball and put it in the little container. But yeah, I use those for embroidery, or you can use them for the pixel crochet too. You can never have too much black or white. But on the labubu doll, I did use 8-ply black yarn for the smile. I am considering using felt for the teeth, because I feel like the embroidered teeth don't show up that well. But I do wonder if it was just because I made a light pink one that things aren't showing up well. So anyway, I put those tiny pieces for embroidery into a tiny bag. And I also keep fluff in a smaller bag, like if I'm just stuffing small things, because the huge bag just gets in the way. Here's another little bit of white thread, yarn that I can use for embroidery. Now we're nearly through getting a beautiful desk. I wanted to move that top-down stand back a little bit. It's a little bit in the way. I don't have that much working room. So now that I moved the little unit where I've got all my eyes and stuff backwards, then I can move this shelf backwards as well. And I just adjusted it a little bit so it was at its maximum height and working really well for me. I don't actually use a ring light on it. I've just been using the light on my camera, like the flashlight, which is, you know, just makes it so much easier because, yeah, the light doesn't actually work that well when I plug it in. Of course, we need to lint roll the black felt that I film on. And while I was there, I thought I may as well roll the labubu because I'm just about to film with him. That is like an ear that went wrong, and I modified the pattern. So we're going to talk about that in the review. And I've just got a few little bits and bobs to go, and we're done. So excited to have a clean desk. Well, there's another little ball. They're everywhere. When you get creative, you just put stuff everywhere. Well, I do. I don't know about you, but I do. That was some drawings that Charlie did, so I was just looking at them. They're really cute. Get everything rolled out. And we may as well do the ponies when we put them back on the desk. Alright, looks like we're all ready to get started again. Oh my gosh. I had like a box underneath the desk where I've been putting my recent makes, but I didn't want to reach too far and like pull a muscle. Look at Latte, she's in the crack of the couch. I need to move the couches forward. Dave. Oh, the little dives. Look at the tail. Little Davy. Okay, the desk is looking nice. I've still got this crap here, but I don't know where to put it. This is my little bin. So I had it behind me on the shelves and I've just moved it here. We're ready to film the Crow-Boo-Boo pat review. That's all my body parts. And then, yeah, I just moved this shelf and all my bits and pieces here. I used the poppet to count with. And that's just Charlie's water bottle over there. So, yeah, let's film the Crow-Boo-Boo video. Happy Wednesday, friends. I just finished the school drop-off and we're at Bunnings. I'm so excited. I'm just looking at a man. Oh, I'm like, what is he doing? He's got a trolley full of bags. It was like, he's going around doing, like recycling collection, looking for recyclable bottles, which it's so not worth it in Australia. You only get 10 cents a bottle. It used to be 5 cents in some locations. Now it's 10 cents. I lived in Germany and they gave you half price back and you could recycle it at the grocery store, and then you would get a docket, and then you could go and either just cash it in at the register or take money off your groceries. So I'm getting distracted by people walking around. So I just did the school drop off and I had to write an epic email to Charlie's teacher because her teacher gave me an update on her behavior. So we just went over a couple of things that went okay with Charlie, and then I just really detailed how they can use reinforcers, for her to do her work, and the kind of phrases that I would say to her to get her to do things or negotiate with her, all that jazz. So that was a lot, but yeah, we did that. And so we're going to go check out the flowers, and so hopefully they got their delivery yesterday and they've got lots of stuff there. We're looking for the pansies. I really like ruffle pansies, but we are looking for the pink and orange, and poppies. They had the red Flinders poppies, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I have so much trouble growing poppies from seed, and every bulb I buy from Bunnings just does not work. So let's go shopping, and then we're going to do, I didn't pick up the nuts out of the front yard, so we're going to go pick up the nuts. We're going to mow. I've been turning my mowing from yesterday to dry all that out, so we should be able to put that on the garden. And yeah, I'll just do a quick whiz, like before, after, before, after. But let's go shopping. So here is my haul. We got 2 bags of mushroom compost for planting. We got 2 bags of tea tree mulch for mulching. Then we got a box to put all the plants in. We got broccolini, solar pink pansy by 2, ivory crown pansy by 2. We got a mix of pinks, and this is the one I was talking about with the peach and the pink. We got gerbera seedling, because they are perennial. And then we got the Flinders poppy in red by 2. Got some more of the pink, and that's it. Let's go home. Alright, so I've got a bucket and I've got 2 small containers and scissors in here. The big container is for the good nuts, and the little container is for some grass seeds. And here was the good nuts that I could find, not many. The cockatoos eat the nuts, so they'll go in the compost. Here is my grass seed collection. And yeah, this is all the nuts I had to pick up, which are in amongst the grass, so I don't get annihilated by them while I mow. The little doggies at the door, and they come off this massive tree, and the cockatoos get up there and they eat them and they throw them around on the roof. And out the front we have this really beautiful fine grass, and because it's flowered, that's where I got the seeds from. Okay, well, I am sufficiently hot and bothered from mowing the lawn, so I'm going to put my timer on and bring in, I brought the plants in and I put them outside. I can plant them whenever because I've got everything I need to plant them. I don't know where I put my tripod, so I'm holding my phone. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I've got Mount Washmore behind me that I need to do today. But yeah, I'm going to relax for about an hour. I'm going to have some lunch. I've got some leftover potato bake. Then I'm going to crochet something for a little while, and I'll show you whatever I make. And then yeah, I'll put my timer on for 1 o'clock because we leave at 1:30 to get the girls from school. And I'll just bring in all that soil and mulch, and then I can even plant in the afternoon today, which I think I'll do. I got about 4 buckets full of grass clippings, but I can't use them until they dry out a little bit. So I'm probably going to use the mulch, because after we plant these flowers, that's everything completely planted. David, what are you doing? And the grass clippings just break down really, really quickly. So now that we're not building the beds anymore, we're just going to put the mulch on, so that will last a long time, and we'll save our grass clippings for the beds that we're building up. In other news, the horsey has its head on. We've just got to do ears and the mane and tail, but they're looking cute together, so I think it's turning out nice. I haven't messaged Karina about it, but I think she'll be happy. Should have it finished by the end of the weekend. Yay! Right, well, it is 12:30. Just had to put the dogs on the couch. Sizzle is asking for food. It is not food time yet. She gets fed when I get back from picking up the girls. So I just watched through my Crochet Labubu pattern review because it just premiered. I had it set to premiere at midnight last night, but I didn't realize I hadn't finished uploading it. And like, my uploads don't seem to upload unless I have the phone open, and I thought because I could see it on my other phone that it had finished uploading. So while I watched that through, I got some labubu parts done. I've got the ears, the arms, and half a face. I had to keep on doing the face because, I don't know, I just have trouble with that part of the pattern because I'm just scanning over it. I said this in the review video. And yeah, so I had to slow down, and on the third try, I got it right. So I'll just give you a quick look. So here's what I got done on the face. We've got 2 arms, 2 ears, and we are using this cute rainbow yarn. Again, Bella Baby, because I can just use it by itself, and the 5 crochet hook. So I'm going to end the vlog here, and I'm going to do a little bit of gardening. So if I get a little bit done, I'm just going to show you a few before and afters. And I'll do heaps on the weekend, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Before and after. Here is our after. We've just got a few more beds to go. But we put in the poppies. We put in the pink pansies, pink and orange. Mulch everything. Pulled out all the alyssum. And here's where I ran out of mulch. So I still got all these to go. But it's looking very nice. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see. And check out these other videos.